Dear colleagues, dear ladies and gentlemen, the name of this pitch is called National Leader Tahira Alliyev's Outstanding Role in Ensuring Unity, Continuity and Consistency of the Statehood History. So, in the opening speech, Fahad Madam said the greatest recognition of their labor is the statehood building, and those historians know very well that it was possible due to the work of the national leader Tahira Allahyarova. Yes, we are here in this great hall speaking about our history of our republic. Both and our guests do, but we have very good memories. As you know, we conserved our state with a great difficulty. Its territory, everything played its role. The Azerbaijani statehood really went through very difficult stages. Not every nation can build its own state. Although 200 states, all of them have different heads, but they don't become into leaders. Our national leader, Tahira Allahyarova, about his leadership, a lot of different books were written. His leadership phenomenon, how it really developed. So those questions are really unanswered. There are many issues we need to learn, as it has been mentioned many times. The republic thoughts of Tahira Allahyarova was the guarantor of the flag, which Mehmed Rasulzadeh said would never fall down, was really kept upright. How possible it was. When we speak about Tahira Allahyarova, successorship between the beginning of the century and the end of the century, this is what we want to speak about. It's not a secret. Successorship has some ideological inheritance, has an ideological meaning. It has a lot of meanings. But those who read know very well. Inheritance is a very impossible or low compliance. So, inheritance. Yes. At the beginning of the century, why the Azerbaijani statehood was really under pressure and lost its independence. Why, by the end of the century, it was even harder, but we could support its independence. Therefore, I think Tahira Allahyarova, we speak about that time, the Turkish Republic, which had he was also in the leadership of a great country with a population of 300 million people. Maybe we can explain this by this, and also experience of our national leader Tahira Allahyarova. Maybe all of these really played a great role in supporting and maintaining the independence in the late 20th century. So, mysticity of the figures is there also. This year, the 25th anniversary of Tahira Allahyarova, and this 100 years of anniversary of the Republic, and it will both in May. So, died on the 23rd, and the ADR had lived for 23 months. Maybe there was some interconnection between the figures. The national leader when he had the ruling over the Azerbaijan Republic for 13 years, when it was really difficult to say something about independence, but he was already thinking about it to serve the country of Azerbaijan. Maybe it was really very difficult, and to stand for this independence was really difficult, and maybe one of the preconditions for this independence was that activity of the national leader during the Soviet times. So the notion of inheritance, those people who know the strategic management is know very well that in the strategic management, inheritance is a very important notion. And we sometimes put some ideological load how this notion is understood. For example, let's take USSR and Russia. But inheritance here is the values of statehood. That Tahira Allahyarova was respectful to all the values of statehood, or even of the USSR. It was due to the phenomenon of a leader. And it was mentioned already that we are going to celebrate many events, professional events and holidays in the field of education, universities, when the Republic was announced. So all of them, all these days are respectful. And let's agree that not many leaders can do this. It's very well known in 1990s there was another power in ruling, and Italy was in opposition coming to ruling. He could build a very strong opposition party, and that power of that time, they had the names of those parties of the ADR, but we could not see any inheritance in fixing some holiday days. Those people who know our history very well, there were some ideologies, Toran ideology, some other ideas were put forward. And yes, we were put face to face to these issues. And they were not deserving the memories of as the successes of that republic. And it was a great blessing from the God that Tahira Allahyarova came to power. And he was a historian, if you know. He knew our history very well. But in addition, he many times said about the ADR, he seriously made the scientific research of the ADR. He was the only head of the country who did it, and on a very serious stance. There was some opposition. Far from inheritance of the ADR, therefore we had these problems. There was indifference showed to those ideas of ADR. And you know, when empires, they collapse, very serious processes were underway, so it also touched on Azerbaijan. So we will speak about the inheritance of Tahira Allahyarova. What we want to draw attention to. First, he had chosen the path of building the first democratic republic in the East, to inherit from that ADR in all these areas. The first, he was also the first constitution of Azerbaijan. There was not a single area in Azerbaijan where we could not say Tahira Allahyarova. We always use his name in any area where he really had the footprint of development. So all areas that ADR tried to develop have been developed in the modern Azerbaijan by Tahira Allahyarova. So then another value was for the power to not overthrown by power by force, but in a civic way, by political win, and so on. So only with the support of the nation, of the people, and not a single leader could in Azerbaijan gain this trust of the people. Therefore, this love and the trust of the people that was based on the historical memory of the people. We can see the value of Tahira Allahyarova provided to the ADR, as he was the head of the state. He really highly appreciated what ADR did. The national leader, the statehood of Azerbaijan has 5,000 of years of history, but turning into the integral world was due to the name of the national leader Tahira Allahyarova. Yes, the inheritance and stability, ensuring integrity and stability, provided the good opportunities for the country to be built, and it turned into a very good developing resource of our country. The oil strategy, the economic strategy, the national development strategy have been implemented. Then in parallel, the builders of the republic, their memories, their national inheritance, they all were really learned very well by the national leader who followed the values that he inherited. So, this year has been announced the year of the ADR of the Republic of Azerbaijan. A decision was made, and this decision shows that inheritance to the values of ADR are still topical, and they are still pursued. And as it has been mentioned that the ADR had lived for 23 months, but the independent modern Azerbaijan will stay forever. And there was the aphorism by Mehmet Sadawa, independent is forever, is undestructed and stable. He said that, and as Tahira Allahyarova realized this and implemented it in practice. For the sovereign independence has turned into the tradition already, and he had left his footprint in history on these merits and efforts. Thank you very much.